I really like having extended mags so I can deal with multiple enemies before having to reload.
Alright, so if you're playing anything besides search and destroy, you don't need it in search, but if you do run extended mags in search and destroy, you catch people off guard. What's good, y'all? And we're back watching another exclusive Ace video. This one is the Model L underrated in Black Ops 6. What do you think? Do you guys think it's underrated? This is his stats and the best attachments that he was using. But without further ado, it's your boy, the myth, the legend, the man with 3,000 hands, aka Reaction Boy 3000, aka Sniper Boy 3000, aka if I could be anybody's best friend in the world, it would be him, Ugly Boy 3000. Go ahead and hit that sub button, turn on the post notifications so you never miss a video, and drop a like. It puts us into the algorithm and it gets us one step closer to taking over the world.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and welcome back to another gun guide. This is the series where I go into great detail with all of the stats, as well as some excellent attachment combinations for every gun in Black Ops 6. And in today's episode, we're going to be moving on to the Model L Assault Rifle. And starting it off, as always, let's have a look at our damage profile. And with this gun, it's going to be a 4 to 5.
Alright, so we're in the exclusive Ace video, you know what I'm saying? Big W, like I always do. I'll go ahead and have the video and his channel linked down in the description. So if you want to just go watch the regular video, you can go and do that. But we're watching the Model L, and this is your boy, Exclusive Ace, explaining the damage ranges and how good the gun is. But let's go. No more talking. Let's get straight to the video.
5-shot kill to the body. And with headshots, at any range, you require 3 headshots to reduce the number of shots to kill. So you can get a 3-shot kill up close, but every single bullet needs to hit the head, unless you're using the CHF barrel, which with this, that now cuts it down to just 2 headshots mixed in with body shots required.
2-shot kill.
So now up close, 2 headshots plus 1 body shot will give you a 3-shot kill. As for our rate of fire, this is 600 rounds per minute, which is a little bit on the slower side for the assault rifle category. And this gives us a 4-shot time to kill potential at 300 milliseconds, which is not bad. It's slightly slower than average, but it's within the realm of at least being competitive. And if we do manage to get that 3-shot kill by landing either 3 headshots without the CHF barrel or 2 with the CHF barrel, now we're killing in just 200 milliseconds, which is really fast. Now, of course, we do have another method of improving our time to kill potential, and this is with the rapid fire attachment. This will bump our rate of fire up to 652 rounds per minute, which, coincidentally, is exactly the same as the base rate of fire for the AK-74, and this gives us a time to kill potential at 276 milliseconds, which is excellent for an assault rifle, and interestingly, it does maintain more accuracy than the base AK-74 as well, but we'll look at recoil in just a little bit. Before we do that, let's dive into our ranges, and as we can see, our 4-shot kill potential extends out to just under 45 meters, not bad at all. It actually exceeds our hit scan range due to its bullet velocity being 770 meters per second.
Alright, and this is another W for Exclusive Aces. If you didn't know the ranges, it shows you right there on the bottom. 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and 40 meters. Learn the ranges, you know what I'm saying? You'll know when you can get certain kills, when you can't get certain kills.
However, we can, of course, increase that velocity by 45% with the gain twist barrel, which is a nice boost. Long barrel will increase our range, but not our bullet velocity by 30%. And reinforced will give us a 15% boost to our range and a 25% boost to our bullet velocity. And this just leaves us with rapid fire. While we do get those time to kill benefits, which are nice,
you get a lot
also
more
reduces
recoil.
both our range and our bullet velocity values by 10%. Next up, let's take a quick look at the Model L in hardcore game modes. And it turns out this is actually a 1-shot kill at all ranges, anywhere in the body, as long as you're not shooting through some form of cover.
1 shot.
So that's quite nice to know, and this makes this a very good gun, especially for longer ranges in hardcore. Then after that, for our hipfire spread, it's pretty much right on average for an assault rifle.
Hey, that's pretty good hipfire spread, though. If you get close enough, that's definitely
nothing out of the ordinary here. And this brings us into recoil, which is one of the big strengths of the Model L. While there is a little bit of a zigzag shape to this, it doesn't kick like straight upward like the GPR-91 does. For the first 7 or 8 rounds that you fire, that does kick pretty much straight upwards, and it's very easy to control this initial recoil. And as a result, the Model L at least feels like one of the more accurate guns in the entire game, as long as you're not holding that trigger down for a really long time. At that point, you might start to lose it, but even then, it's not incredibly inaccurate. It's just especially accurate with those initial shots that you fire. Now, if you want to boost your headshot damage with the CHF barrel, you are going to be seeing quite a bit more recoil, especially with your initial recoil. You can see the jump between those first 2 shots is pretty extreme compared to the base recoil. So definitely something to consider if you want to try using that. However, with rapid fire, this is still a very reasonable recoil pattern. Yes, of course, it is worse than the base recoil, but I don't mind this at all. And compared to the AK-74, which, like I said, when you have rapid fire on this gun, it gives you the same rate of fire.
The left stick down and to the left, you know what I'm saying? You pull it down and to the left.
And time to kill potential as the base AK-74. I'd rather have this rapid fire recoil plot with the Model L compared to the base AK-74 recoil plot because there's a lot more randomness mixed in there, even though the magnitude overall isn't as high. And that's especially true with those initial shots fired. So just a nice little trick, if maybe you like the AK-74 but you're not a big fan of the Model L, try rapid fire on this gun and you might end up liking it quite a bit. As for our handling stats, our aim down sight time is a little on the slower side for an assault rifle at 270 milliseconds. Whereas our sprint to fire time is right around average for an assault rifle at 190 milliseconds. And then when it comes to both our slide to fire and dive to fire times, these are both just standard values for assault rifles. Then let's have a look at our reload at time, and this is a little on the slower side for an assault rifles, but not by a huge margin at 1.75 seconds. So you may want to plan your reloads out a little bit, or use one of the magazine attachments to either reduce our capacity but improve our reload speed, or increase our capacity but reduce our reload speed. And just a quick note on that, usually with assault rifles in this game, I really like having extended mags so I can deal with multiple enemies before having to reload.
Alright, so if you're playing anything besides search and destroy, you don't need it in search, but if you do run extended mags in search and destroy, you catch people off guard. If you're running respawn game modes of any sort, you're going to want to run extended mags, in my case. Yeah, that's what I've experienced from playing Call of Duty.
With the Model L, since it has the slowest full auto rate of fire in the game for assault rifles, I find it doesn't feel nearly as necessary as with the other assault rifles.
Okay, so that's good to know. It got a slower fire rate, just like the PP Bison, so you don't have, it makes you feel like you have more bullets than you actually do.
And I'll often just opt for the default magazine. Not always, but oftentimes I will. And this will finally leave us with our mobility stats. And for the most part, the Model L is pretty much just standard for an assault rifle, with the one exception being our base movement speed. This is a bit on the slower side at 4.7 meters per second, but generally speaking, you're not just walking around the map. You're typically either going to be sprinting, tactical sprinting, or aiming down sights, and it's pretty much average in all of those areas. And there we go. Now that we've got all of the important stats out of the way, let's get into some excellent attachment combinations I've got for you guys. And the first one I wanted to share is one of my balanced stealth builds. I sometimes use different variations of it, but
let me get off the screen real quick for this balanced stealth build. That homie Xclusive Ace is coming in clutch right now.
Like
Here
this
we go.
one at the moment. So with this reason, the Kepler Microflex optic, and that's because while the front iron sight is nice on this, I really don't like how obstructive the rear sights can be.
And we back in there.
Not using an optic.
If you didn't take the screenshot,
optic on the Model L. We've also got the suppressor on there to stay off the radar, the Ranger foregrip to help with our sprint speed, tactical sprint speed, and a little bit with horizontal recoil control, even though it doesn't really need that much help in that area. For our rear grip, we're using...
And then after you use this build, go ahead and let us know down in the comments. Does Xclusive Ace have the best build for the Model L? Or do you have the best build for the Model L? We need to know right now. Coming in clutch right now, we need to know.
The commando grip. And that just helps keep a nice balance between improving our aim down sight speed as well as our sprint out speed. And then we're just topping this off with that infiltrator stock so we can strafe back and forth in gunfights as effectively as possible. And this makes for a great all-around assault rifle in this game. It's accurate, it holds its own up close just fine as well with solid handling and mobility stats. Our time to kill potential is not bad at 300 milliseconds. It's not amazing, but it's not bad at all.
I'll make a video using Xclusive Ace's stealth Model L.
Now, if you really want to take that versatility further, we can use the Gunfighter wildcard for 8 attachments. And this is the setup I like using with 8 attachments.
Wait, let me get off the screen for this. Let me get off the screen. This is Xclusive Ace's Gunfighter Model L build. This is the meta right here. He's saying this is the one. So go ahead and hit that. You know what I mean?
We once again have that Kepler Microflex optic, the compensator, the reinforced barrel for a nice balance of an increase to both our range as well as our bullet velocity. We've got the vertical foregrip on here for maximum horizontal recoil control, extended mag 1, the CQB grip for improved sprint out, slide to fire, and dive to fire time, combined with the Strelic laser, which gives us near instant full accuracy when we start aiming down sights. And then once again, I love that infiltrator stock. You're going to see it on almost every one of my builds. And this just makes for an incredibly accurate gun that's super easy to control. You can use this in some of the longest lines of sight you'll find in this game and be very, very effective. Yet at the same time, with all of these attachments we have available, this gun is great for being aggressive. We have excellent handling stats with this as well, and that just makes for a super easy to use, versatile gun. And this just leaves us with one last build I wanted to share for you guys, and this is if I want to be extra aggressive with the Model L. So with this, we're using rapid fire.
This is the aggressive build. I'm out of here again.
Potential as the AK-74. which is actually quite fast for an assault rifle at 276 milliseconds. We're also combining that with the compensator and the Ranger foregrip, which more than counteracts the increased recoil we see with rapid fire. This actually gives us a net improvement to our recoil pattern compared to the base gun. And then we're just topping this off with that CQB grip combined with the Strelic laser for really quick sprint out, slide to fire, and dive to fire times, and near instant full accuracy when we start aiming down sight. And with this particular setup, like I said, we're still quite accurate with this gun. You can still stretch the ranges out surprisingly far with this. And yet we're going to be beating out basically all of the base assault rifles and even some of the SMGs in close quarter situations. And with that, that's going to wrap it up today's gun guide on the Model L. As for my thoughts on this gun,
Xclusive
I
Ace
think it's
popped
just a
up, you know what I'm
great
saying?
all-arounder. It doesn't
right
really
there,
stand out too much in any particular area. Aside from accuracy, it is quite an accurate gun and it's easy to control. And it's really just not bad in any way. So it's just a decent all-around assault rifle. Now, of course, those are just my opinions, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about this gun in those comments down below.
Like he said, we need to know the opinions from you guys down below, but without further ado, that's the end of the video.
Yo, Queen on this one,